Nice to be met.
Alrighty, so I'm going to have you sign a release. This is just saying that we can use your image on social media and television, if that's okay.
Sure.
I really just need-
Plato's Harvest, I started about 15 years ago. I jumped ship from corporate America and did what I wanted to do. We grow certified organic produce on 3 acres that I lease here. We raise chickens for eggs and meat. We raise pigs, turkeys, sometimes ducks, sometimes lambs. But very small scale, certified organic produce, that's primarily what we do. We have a couple of programs so one is called Community Supported Agriculture. It's basically a subscription program, and people sign up and then they come out for some period of time. And in my case, it's this year, it's a 20-week program. The other avenue that we sell is through the Plymouth Farmers Market, which is once a week. The nice part about that is that we're bringing kind of a niche product, I guess, right? Organic, local, fresh, in my opinion, nutritious and better for you food. We're looking to sell that, so we need to find like-minded people that are all about that. So the farmers market scene brings together those people. In February, all of a sudden people were seeing some of the problems with the industrial food supply system and panicking. Go in the supermarket, it's empty, the deli's empty. There's nothing on the shelves. What happened is it's a model of just in time and the most efficient way possible of producing an inferior product at a cheap cost in a predictable way. Looks the same every week to week, looks the same. It wrapped in saran wrapped in styrofoam, it always looks the same. People are comfortable with it, they know what they're getting, and it's cheap. But in order for that to happen, it has to be a very tight, efficient chain of getting it from a farm to the consumer. And when anything happens to disrupt that chain, and boy, we saw it, the whole thing collapses. When all this started happening back, I guess, in February, there was a lot of uncertainty, right, for a long time. And we went through a couple of cycles, so a period of maybe a month, where we just didn't have a farmer's market. And the future was very uncertain. At our big festival type market that we typically hold every year, we've got 40 or more vendors with this huge variety of stuff to appeal to people. So we had all those vendors put their stuff up and do this online ordering, and then we had a distribution spot at the Mayflower Brewery in Plymouth. And then people would come and they'd get their order that they had pre-ordered, and we would have it all bagged up, and we'd be all suited up and get them their order. And so anyway, in the process of doing that, we sort of discovered what people were really looking for. So it wasn't ice cream, it wasn't soap, you know what I mean? It wasn't a lot of the sort of peripheral stuff that we typically have at the big festival type market. It was chicken, it was beef, it was pork, it was eggs, it was produce. It was food. It was food. It's what people needed. And so, going forward, at some point, so this got us through April maybe, and so at some point the state issued guidelines for how to reopen farmers markets and what you had to do. So what we did is we found another location for this season. It's much more suited for the regulations that they have in place. And so we took those same dozen or so vendors that we saw were so popular during the early part of this, and the products that people seem to want, and those are the vendors that we have now. So we don't have the huge festival, music, food, people laying on the grass and playing frisbee and story time and all the things that we'd like to do, Well, I found out a long time ago that's more what I'm into than the food is bringing community, like-minded people, bringing them together around food. I mean, in my opinion, it's very important for people to get fresh local food as part of a nutritious and healthy diet, along with, making healthy lifestyle choices and cooking for themselves and not lining up at fast food places and eating the stuff that we know. You can smoke cigarettes and you're gonna eat stuff that you know isn't good for you. You know it's not good for you. And so if people are worried about like being healthy and having an immune system that rocks, and I would just be in favor of people looking to make better, healthier, more local choices in terms of food. I think as a species, we're resilient, right? And I think we'll cope and we'll adapt and we'll move on.